We have some news just coming in this morning. The RBI has hiked the repo rate once again by 50 basis points. The repo rate is in fact the rate at which RBI lends to banks. So your loans and EMIs may get costlier, your deposits may get more returns. The Reserve Bank of India Governor Shaktikanta is speaking right now. Let's go straight to him.
7% in 2022-23, that is the current year, with Q1 at 7.5%, Q2 at 7.4%, Q3 at 6.2%, and Q4 at 5.8%, with risks evenly balanced. It may be noted that around 75% of the increase in inflation projections can be attributed to the food group. Further, the baseline inflation projection that we are making now at 6 and 7% for the current year, it does not take into account the impact of monetary policy actions taken today. Between February and April, headline inflation has increased by about 170 basis points. With no resolution of the war in sight and the upside risks to inflation, prudent monetary policy measures would ensure that second-round effects of supply-side shocks on the economy are contained and long-term inflation expectations remain firmly anchored and inflation gradually aligns closer to the target, or rather.
Aishwarya is getting us more details on that story. Aishwarya, for me and for many others, I think the biggest headline here is the manner in which we'll have to shell out more for our EMIs, loans to get costly, and that certainly isn't good news. And this comes at a time when inflation is also at an all-time high. Certainly burning a hole in all our pockets, isn't it?
Well, definitely, if we talk about how much we'll have to shell out from now on, we will have to shell out more. But this was expected. The RBI, in fact, is doing so that they can rein in inflation. But for the next 1 month or so, it looks like the common man will have to shell out more. Very clearly, the RBI talks about the fact that inflation is very high. Food inflation, in fact, Sneha, you and I have been paying a lot more than we usually used to do for food, for vegetables, for fruits. That is something that the RBI at the moment is looking at. However, EMIs are definitely set to get more expensive. If you want to go out and take loans, you will have to shell out more. One thing which could possibly happen is that you might get a little bit relief. The return which you get on your deposits, that will increase, but not that much. But at the moment, it looks like the common man is in for a little bit more pain. However, the RBI is confident with this measure, they will be able to rein in inflation in the next 3 to 4 months.
Well, that's the target, and that's the reason why this increase was expected. However, it's not good news at all. Aishwarya, I'm thanking you for the moment.